they do so enia Kafui Amegah and Wajinedra as usual looking nice shiny say bibia ekoye so ene enia Abraham Amaliba and Haruna Amaliba also as usual washini seat come menka message bia by na fe yen to adwumadi no so we say good evening Mr. Sami, thanks for the good job you are doing for Mother Ghana, but I think whether you guys stand for the media must be known to your viewers. I listened to the lady on your morning show ranting and creating the scenario that COVID cases are on the rise again, but you and I know that this COVID thing is not true here in Africa. The government is only taking advantage to take loans and share it among themselves at the expense of the taxpayers and generation unborn. I know you guys as media workers know your job better than I do, but any miseducation can be tolerated. I say I'm not being personal, but can you confirm from the lady on your morning show if she personally knows anyone who has had COVID? I believe it will help a lot if the media in this country can elevate about this kind of cut and paste journalism on political morning shows. Okay, and because of time I couldn't follow your show no. But what I know is every morning be a COVID-19 update. That figures is not coming from here, from a Ghana Health Service. Every day or more updating. So what we do is we link up to the almost statistics. Number of cases here recording new cases in more recover no more. That's what I know. But beyond that, I don't know. I have to go back and play and see whatever you're saying. So the name is it. It was I was say more vim for Gomoa Odina. More vim from Gomoa Odina. Say I greet you, Honorable Richard Jan Mensah. You are working. You are working, as you are saying, but our rules, especially Ugwa, Dunkwao, Akropon, Akomu, indeed, our rules are poor. And what they are about since independence, no improvement here in Gomoa West Roads and jobs. We should have about say good evening, original. My name is Kwesi Obo, call from a year Gomoa Esikuma. What the man is saying is true, because Gomoa Esikuma to Gomoa Francis Road is too bad. MPP aban eye omokra. Honorable Richard Jamensa, God bless you. We say hi, Sammy, and a panel of noblemen. This whole issue is about asking for accountability, being cathedral or a market must be accounted for. These Ache mafias are stealing from the national purse. Now the people have graduated to Yahoo government. Nick from Abrikuma and what do we ever NIC down or we say good evening, Sammy. Honorable is doing a good job and he did not come to defend his party well. Yeah, he did not come to defend his party. Well done to him, Ishmael from Ishmael watching out from Kumase and what they Abba. He spoke like a senior citizen, a member of parliament said in Koma Yedi, you know. I was here for now, Yemra studio. Kafui. Okay, there. Looking good. Oh, brighty. As I put it, can you do who be you? I mean, I want you to be kind. I mean, I do your president. I'll be home. Yes, your president. I've brought parliament to cast a hunch or see a kick. Oh, Sammy, I want you to dear. Or because I want you to know me anymore. Now, I need you. We admit there is. Okay. You see, even in the era when we had this Chinese form, you had the ex-president standing in front of parliament telling us, Chinese near maybe I also entino Amagana watching. Not even when we can even clearly speak of Ukraine-Russia war. Not even when we can speak of COVID-19. So we know that the world as a globe is having challenges. But we as a country will play our part to make sure that Ghana is not running. Okay. Minia, Kinsley. About me there.
Ready, Adam.
Oba Chromebook there.
Me who ya bread my bread. Ah well. Couldn't mean your boko. So Kuno.
Opposition there, there bread.
Oh, kuruma adwo asabre nkiada anamwa. Nti di opamo wonyina ene obede ya home na yeye. Nti iguso.
Is it? Anyway, tell for bet my messages ni e de abamanya ntie messages no dodo na be catch but network no keeps frustrating tinama almost send member kase be kan some repom no making kan nyina e de ama otitiri ni honorable Richard James baby abedu bia no messages be baby am forward the amount titiri se free constituency na dia ba mama nsha sem fam free mania nyame adbo chire hwe nim say finance minister Obekwa Kubu Akonta to Parliament. This is the second time. Last week, no, also Kubu Akonta. Yeah, last week was second time Mekas were escaping from Parliament for accountability. Though last week, I was had this capital $1 billion yen 2 minutes 1.22 because then Amana is so difficult for finance minister and for that matter government to account for money and was spending from 2020 basis abre.
Sami medasi bebre. Mamenfa fidikesi so na menfa nchia ahwefo. Na menfanchia my constituent, that's Atiwa East constituency. Na machia constituency executives, especially the constituency chairman. Said that I need a pamono. So once the old one is gone, then people will follow. Intend your problem ni ho.
After batting the entire ya one could be no.
Oh, some 2024 year then better form.
Okay.
Oh how no Abana beko.
Abana so na deputy finance minister.
Udin chini botoma beko. Oh, he's a max. Oh, should go.
Okay.
She's good. He's outlived her usefulness in the constituency. Should go.
Wow. Anyway, this internal
and then, like what I want to say, no machia me region. Machia party in Pennyfor, you know, in July, you're back for your national elections to elect our national executives. And these are the things that we are waking up for. Sami, I think that finance minister's accountability to parliament is long overdue. Because in Pennyfor, the Jawa, if you have taken the mantle to become the finance minister of this republic, going to parliament to account for monies you have received, I don't see why there should be a hula balloon in this. I said, as a finance minister, a bicycle esi uso. And you collect our revenues in the form of government revenues, and then you spend our monies in the form of government expenditure. Even if it's an agreed position by government, it is you who disburse those monies. It is a sikabedi unsemwa. Na ikua Yatu Abeyi are a representative of the people of this country. E invite you say, yen Ghana for no, brabe chire yen, sika eba oho, ene kwanya e faswa. So I think the dilly-dallying of the issues, menko, miyare, me home family, I have other assignment, it's way becoming too much. Yesika, I'm a Ghanaian. I deserve to know how much money has gone into what you have and how much you have expanded it. If there is a shortfall, he asks the question, where is the shortfall coming from? Some ways wedding.
Again, I was just about my finance minister, Adroji, all this.
Sami minim, if I say
you promise us accountable governance.
Sami, accountability has been the hallmark of this country. And it is a hallmark because if you are not able to account for your stewardship, how do you ask to sustain yourself in your position? All other ministers are being hauled to parliament,
Sure.
To go and account for their stewardship. And you have to tell us. The ones that you think you cannot tell us that this is not for public notice. And I want to mean disclose you. Let us know. For me, I stand by the fact that the finance minister must go to parliament and account. So I mean, wherein he was sick and he couldn't even deliver
the budget
statement to parliament. It was the majority leader who did it,
Sure.
So and now how also to me you need 2 deputy finance ministers. What is Abron Asari doing in parliament? What is he doing in the finance ministry? She should be able to go there and account on behalf of a minister. She should be.
Many Ghanaians are raising concerns about how can of right time for that, but the Ministry of Finance manage and Yama to the extent that free say within the MPP no crown more some best brain in quote best brain who can maybe deliver Ghana from this economic mess we find ourselves in. Are you impressed about the performance of the finance minister and for that matter the deputies?
Sammy, if you tell me that Ghana is in a mess, I don't agree.
Why?
Sammy, we have had a leader who lost clue and became visionless and therefore could not even drive us into any safe havens. And from his own statement, he's made them severally. And I have, on one statement, Sammy, I would have time, I'll go through it.
Statement, Ben.
Sammy, then someone who I can.
Leader by Semina, okay.
John Dramani Mahama, of course, in his era. Sammy, we have seen it all. And we have a government that in a better time, make us say, we would not say, or minor, or how him. We will not say me betrana me catch the Ghana for say be ahuchire ni omemwa na me bu Ghana for enim tia. But Sami, you put in the policies and programs to ensure that in all the state you find ourselves, Sami, you will krum ha ya say UK London and for demonstration because of high cost of living. US is same because inflation is going up. Fuel price Sami share man ya or kofa to US will spray on Crawford or shopping mall, all because of them that he's not seen fuel hit $5 per liter in the US before. And then the fuel is $5 per liter. And to a transfer dream who I want tears yet. He doesn't understand what we mean by world crisis. And he also come in Crawford. And when they called him and they were interrogating him, this was what he said, Sammy. And he, Omaino finds himself in a critical situation. Sammy, back on board to brace ourselves to find out where we can take this country to our able to be applying. The appointment of the finance minister is the sole prerogative of the president. And the president will have to look for somebody who can buy in his vision and then be able to support, say, you bet to me do your preferred destination as we have all pre-programmed it. Sammy, yes, if you say there are no people who can do the job, there are. But who says the finance minister is not in pole position to do what he's supposed to do? Sammy, when we finish
done so far?
Sammy, when we finish the 2020 general elections, we had we a friend saying Charles Edubuahin, who was then a deputy finance minister. We had this guy Nidine Banan Refi, the finance minister
Kwaku
Kwatin, no so no ye deputy. Sami ye mema me enu nyina e na ye ja abena ose asare. E ye de John Kuma be kan ho. Then there was a change. And you know, Abena Ose Asare has been in the finance ministry since 2016. Rolled on 2017, rolled on also in 2021, Sammy, and then he's pursuing his job. And it tells me that on any minister nebo, so and then we expect that on no qualification our they support to finance minister. No, they should be able to work well. Having John Kuma also
have you benefit from their expertise?
Sammy, their expertise. You see, what would the finance ministry do? The finance ministry is supposed to collect government revenues. And then once those government revenues comes in, then they will do the government budget and look at the apportionment. Then we will look at the appropriation of all those funds. Specifically, if there are other things the finance ministry will have to do, we will also have to think out of the box and see, say, other sources of income.
So the finance minister now like school beza or just fees in
you see, specifically in America, say he would also because specifically tell me extra, the core mandate, and in some American country. So those are his core mandates. So and also to ensure.
It means we shouldn't expect anything from a finance ministry in terms of the economic situation before ourselves. So government, the finance ministry can bring a policy, something, a financial, economic policy to remedy the situation.
If there is financial, you say financial, then economic policy. Therefore, you bring in the whole block, the economic team. Back together, which of course the finance minister will be part to ensure that they cannot brainstorm and see how to put Ghana on the strong pedestal. But apart from that, the core mandate is to ensure that government revenues are put right into expenditure to ensure that there is a clear balance.
Do you sometimes feel embarrassed, say, finance minister? You're entrusted with the Ghana's taxpayers' money since 2020. Now it's time for him to account to you and I, and for no matter every Ghanaian. Now we the parliament first, second, with no good reason. Do you feel embarrassed as a party member, as a party, or party? What
makes me feel embarrassed? Among all the qualified pairs of hands, he's the one that was fit for the job. He should be able to account for his services. I don't feel embarrassed.
Is he the best brain in NPP?
I will not say he's the best brain. But at the end of the day, he's the person the president finds comfort in him. Say, Obuano, na ultimately deliver the visions.
If he have that power, would you say that he should continue to stay there? If he have that power to make change, to cause change in this economic management team, finance ministry, or no more, if he have power, would you say, especially Kero Furiata and in the deputy, I was one now since last first term, Mrs. Abreno, would you say they should continue to stay?
Question will be something minute to me. But if you say,
let's assume
I have the power to be able to probably speak to the president and advise the president, finance minister and Kosesa and Niamako and Kache. Oh yes.
Why?
Sami, any pa bra. Yes, so kono before from.
Wakacho swabre.
Oh, Sami, any pa nemre ya. Yes, bra parliament. Na bra be account to yen oniema wuye. Sami, so you come. You see, when you come, you make even the government machinery quite easier. And someone can you kill it.
My government communication idea mamukakrao.
The ministry they are tough.
Amamo.
Sami, because you see, the fact of the matter is information that I will gather for myself. Say, Minister, Amekaya, how do I speak to it? How do I speak to it? Okay. You get a first vice chairperson who doubles as a parliamentary aspirant, and then he comes to bring an audio that becomes insinuating, and then there is nobody from the ministry coming to tell us what is happening. For God's sake, if the minister himself is not talking, and then Abno says, she should have been in a position to tell us what is happening.
The deputy minister.
Sami, if she's a deputy, let me tell you, she must be close to the finance minister.
Were you surprised in the first place? Were you surprised in the first place? Ebra finance minister can offer at Ntimianko ready budget somewhere 2021. Now we have to follow the majority leader in parliament. Once or deputies, were you surprised? You're proud member of parliament, our representative constituency, or representative on parliament. Yamona Kanko. Okay. I mean, can message kakra ya toaso enko ye nim asemo minia we dey for audio wi na maba because me say because me can messages na nsem mu so ti we dey wi ama messages ni na
ma me nchia na me nchia ahwefo unu nchia me party mu mpinimfo ina from the national chairman, the general secretary, His Excellency President Mahama, and all the leadership of the NDC. That means I wish you a belated Father's Day. And na yemi mami awoda. Valerie, Dr. Valerie, Soya.
Okay.
And na wonder the mami wishing a belated happy birthday. You see, Kafui Amegah abon ho safo hene. Na ni atore ni nton. Na mpenin se
So why is he pinning on me? Maybe I make a
say, Sabofra, and Mananita Ninto, and Penifonimua, a chaining feature crying. Okay. And I want to remind him that on my way in the last time,
Sammy 22,
sir, or bet now, John
Mahama and Kasa,
please, can I continue?
Somalia and
can I continue? Can I continue?
You see, because I was meeting him,
can I continue?
Can I continue? Because that
can I continue?
Kafui. Oh, because he wants what? The reason why he wants about studio the documents about that.
Kafui.
Sammy wants about studio the documents. When I meet with Kabu, do you see me coming with documents?
So because of Amaliba,
sure, I want to tell you.
Then
it is his nature.
A time will come if there is a need for you to speak to this document.
Sammy,
you speak to him. But for now,
I meet him, it is his nature.
For now, the platform is.
I need to buy, and he needs to stop.
Let's go. Jot it down. The time, media,
an old lady feels uneasy when dry bones are mentioned in proverb. Kakedesi chino achibe. E bana fa aboa chechedie na fa bofo kane. On kaisa. Se yesi yam printing kata. Ni nkofo mampene kufo no numu asem. Same kame ban articulated di machi na nkedeba. But and yet, as some President Mahama can
let's address the issue.
Can I continue? Yeah. And yes, some President Mahama can or refer to. But he has adopted this attitude of or the posture of disrespect towards the former president.
Hold on. The one kind of platform hold on. The one kind of platform way so any utterances you are making on a year maybe other platforms, you know, we will not bring it here. Deal with him. The what kind of how we say it's not right, and now say it's not accurate.
So I am not importing an issue from a different platform to here. I won't do that needless transposition. No, I'm referring to Nelson Wakawaha.
Okay.
Look, President Mahama na bino a year 6-7 years ni long ago. Ya jia bino somebody who sika di ma. Ya say ya papa en sa kwa fi ho.
Ade
mama bino ti so
body.
Oh, abino ya ye na yie Mahama abino ye ya ye twam.
Okay.
Ne nsa body ya ji ya di masikara sa ya papa en sa fi ho. Ayomampeni Kufuor abino ti so. And to abino ti so no come and sit here and tell us that the mess are more creating. You know, this is ABCD we are doing to fix the mess. Don't come and sit here and insinuate and try to even insult the former president and indict his intelligence before Ghanaians. I am not going to countenance that. But you see, this government wrong. Your friend Bedi then and Bedi the one by Juma. And we know it. That Omampene Kufuor and Kasankasano, he is the most reckless government in history. He doesn't have any idea. He doesn't have any aim. Let me tell you, when you go to Article, I think 37 Clause 5 of the Constitution, it imposes a statutory duty on the president to the effect that upon assumption of 2 years after assumption of office as president, was a presented to Parliament, the social programs, the policies, I cover all the regions of Ghana. In December 2014, President Mahama submitted it here. My copy is here. So cameraman know how you book them. I'm in fine refreshing in your President Mahama submitting the Common Parliament about the vision of Ghana. Omampene Kufuor the way. Omampene Kufuor the way. Has he presented only of such document a constitutional imperative, a duty imposed on him by law? Has he done that? No. Where are we here today? We are here because the government will continue through Ken Oforiatta and his actions evade Parliament, and this is not the first time. Omampene Kufuor, your presidential jet is siwa jet ni bibia yanu. Hunto, what jet plane is siwa? Eno no ankasa ko hand the private jet. No they or they dware owiem. Ofri ha no ko ha. Idle travels, idle touring globally. And who come say Uncle Parliament? And who accounted for the cost of the presidential jet? Some be in the Ghana for yenim. Have they told us how much it cost the president or it cost the nation by these presidential travels in a private jet rented? Or what catch him? Based on you and I, we don't know. So, and you hear say that, and you sit here and say that accountability is a hallmark of this country. Yes, accountability is a hallmark of the country, but not of this president or not of this government led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They will evade accountability at any day because so would your mind sika Now, say you are getting any crack out to one, you'll be able to account. President Mahama left office since 7 years now. You call him any forum. Say, President Mahama, Ska will spend the year during your tenure. Come and tell Ghanaians, or bear account to every person, every sector. He still have it in his mind. Why? Because everything, every person from the consolidated fund was approved by Parliament. AB, and the lies are more true on our face relative to the expenditure on the National Cathedral, a private project, and they are your money burden. Sikani doesn't go through approval of Parliament. His own friends can he come and tell us? Sami, COVID-19 is somewhere here. And you sika mo die ah? And so manager small said, Sami, go town. Camera see and function biom. Koto camera.
Sika ye die wi ana so ma die wi.
Sika wo mo die wi.
Wa ni bi.
Me di bia come here. Sika wo mo na die wi. Kenofori ata o de abon ho bra o de bi so sa no ho yare. Ono mo di sika no. Nti manager small say Sami, flash screen enye dwuma koto ba ko bra. Camera se enye dwuma koto miro na asem yensa fa bra. Microphone na say Tobi. Na to iPad o de be program ka ho. No de hu sika mawo. Now koto wie no so Sami, be bu hu akonta say sika na o de call no. Enso na say anso, enso say ka chire wan, na ka ye boy wo chi wan fa. Sami ntu me bu sa akonta na. You can be able to do it because items are auto in ano, there is a receipt covering it. And it's a okay receipt ni na ebo anu a okay create here. The total, not the manager. Then manager will go through, then internal auditor will go through. Oh, and some okay, no. That is it. In any case, Sami, why is the government evading Parliament and accountability? They will evade because, as we speak, yenim sikana e buy no, koyomri sikana fashu. COVID buy, you see, we will never, and I repeat, we will never, and we shall not allow Omampene Kufuor and Nemami Nyoba Kenoforiata to globalize their incompetence and internationalize their lack of leadership skills and their poor management skills. We are not going to allow them. From year 1 up to 2019, about 2020, Mahama became the whipping boy. And the Mahama economy, it was bad. They have never accepted responsibility of anything. Osha Mahama de no ebe die pet and a COVID unity. No, Johnny Koshe COVID echi. And then COVID ebe si etwem. And from Ababa Makokwa to hono, what Johnny Akoshe Ukraine and then Russia. To the extent that Russia government impo awon na say massa. So why you only my year of fear? Don't blame us for your normal bonnie cost no was waka crampa obua and one year becker. But you see, Sami, Osha Asama, Mamma crying friend saying almost sang narugu piece, the Florence Tete or something. And who doubles as a the second vice chairperson of the MPP. Mamina Seba Beka and all. And you're very instructive. Okay? And you're very instructive. Now, Tie and Seba Okayano. Now, me a little hypothetical calculations about how the government spend the COVID money and why Kenoforiata cannot go to Parliament and render a well-formulated, reasonable account to justify how the monies were spent. He cannot. And don't forget that he is a #1 liar as the president himself and as a government led by them. On top of it, it's alleged Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, the vice president, a Muslim who has specialized in deception. So, and the government as you go, no plan. Mamene Bekan said, as a PC, she was giving 50,000. As a PC, you man 50,000.
Sure.
Was it?
Sure.
Yes,
sure.
you man 50,000. And now, as a national vice chair, second vice chairperson, regional, also you man 50,000. To Kabomwa 100,000. Now, 100,000 no. So okay, 100,000 no times 275 MPs in Abomwa. Obey say as PC no. There were 275 constituencies in the country, right? No, say man 50,000. As a national vice, as a first regional vice chairperson, and as a PC. So what the PCs no kwa at the two saying, if you are hypothetically PC be 50,000 now. 275 pieces no, and about 13.75 million Ghana cedis. And no. Now the second vice chairperson, that 50,000 and also there were 16 regions. Is that right? NPP was 17 regional executives. Almost about 10. No more he's serving account. If I'm lying, he's here. He should correct it. And I don't know, he can't do it. Now, 50,000 times 17 regional executives. Okay, na boma baya saying. And also more 850,000 Ghana cedis. Do you get it? 17 regional executives no. Okay, by 16 regions now. And also more say Obia 50,000 now. About 850,000 Ghana cedis. Now, times 16 regions. That will give you 13.6 million Ghana cedis. Okay? Now, I say constituency chair biano, you man 20,000 Ghana cedis. Constituency chair no. And we have 275 constituencies across the country. And it's a constituency chairperson biano, chairman biano, man 20,000. And it's about 275 constituencies, and it's about 5.5 million Ghana cedis. So, because of those Kaya BC, constituency executives, totals, and the MMDC, 30,000 Ghana cedis. What the Hinaboma 266 MMDCs are currently. So can scan Hinaboma a term over 100, how do you call it? 1 trillion Ghana cedis, or 1 trillion Ghana cedis. This is the money. Yes, 1 trillion Ghana cedis.
Are you talking about the old cedi or the current?
The new current Ghana cedis I'm talking about. This is the money that came to the government. You misappropriated the money. You misapply the money and go and render account. You are unable to go and render account for that money. So now, the question is, if government mismanage the resources, now we push here to where we are today to the extent that saying President Mahama also is incompetent or a clueless leader. Mahama time, now petrol gallon back on saying, there are 14 cities. We say Mahama is incompetent, right? All time, petrol gallon back on saying. Petrol gallon back on 4.5 liters. A quarter back on 9 nefa. Now Mahama the 14 cities. And then who would the a quarter back on the 14 cities? Who are you? Huh? Now you are not telling the people what you are doing. You are not prescribing solutions to your own incompetence. But you come here to insult the former president. I think the earlier he advised himself, the better. But I don't think that going forward, no, this government have anything good to offer. There's absolutely no hope. So far as Omampene Kufuado, or even so far as MPP is concerned. And therefore, we need to pack them out of office.
Okay. All right, but when messages now for my name is Sani Abacha from Kumasi, Kenya. I say this MPP government is a failure. If we give them 100 years, they cannot face this country. Very good evening, Sami. Don't mind Kafui and his MPP government. They have misused the COVID money. Very good evening, Mr. Sami. Honorable is doing a great job, and he did not come to defend his party. Well done to him, Ishmael Sofiela from Kumasi. We say I like the personality of the MPP communicator, and I'm giving him thumbs up today for his contribution on accountability. We need politicians who speak passionately for the good of Ghana all the time, regardless their political influence and positions. We say, Same, we are not. We say, Same, are we not here in Ghana that their first vice in the north told us how COVID-19 money was shared among party members? These people have just spent the money. Simple. We say, good evening, General Same. Who the General Mame? Okay, General Same. I say, I think Kafui is confused. Ask him what he has gained since MPP came to power. MPP co-hosts are grabbing state lands at a cheaper rate, and he is in your studio saying what? The Aceh mafias are building an empire. Hell is waiting for them. I say hell is waiting for them. MPP never again. Don't think MPP will cross 30% come 2024 election. Fat Edifrita Manwade Abba. We say Hunter, good evening. On the Minister of Finance appearing to Parliament, the MPP man has done justice to the topic, but he must not compare our economic hardship with advanced countries where they support their citizenry financially. Lincoln Edifrita Manwade Abba. We say if Finance Minister refused to give account to the civilian, then he have to be removed from office. If MPP don't take good step, it will be difficult to break the 8. The civilian are complaining more about fuel prices and many more. Ishmael, the Frikumasino de Abba. We say the MPP man is this honest person I have ever seen. You are in power for about 6 years now, and you still blame Mahama for your incompetence, no wonder the so-called men are running from accountability. The worst form of Mahama government is the best for Nanado. We say, Sami, it's a long time. Good evening. Please tell the fat man that you asked him of finance minister, say not Mahama. We say, Mr. MPP man, just keep quiet and sit down. You are just like your employer. When you are told the truth, then you begin to attack. We are facing hardship, and some workers, example, NIA, are not paid for some time now. National service allowances are in arrears, yet you and your president see it wise to pump over 250 million cedis to build a cathedral. God punish you people. We see information minister, finance minister, and road minister are the most corrupt ministers. We see the other, but no, Patrick, bet me I send a comment in the area. Yeah, but another issue. So, but I know, say, Kafui document here. I took time. We, but also printed stories. So we one keynote address by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, at the 20, the 22.
Because you might not know the point. That's who point a person deliver.
You bedin komobi.
You will not be able to know the point I want to deliver inside.
And the papa
is that how you do to Kabu?
No, they always say when say.
When you say me host, so you don't have to be biased.
Then I just say me
biased. Kabu document in here muda.
On file document bi am.
Kabu ba on file document bi go.
Unya na de bi am je Kabu document bi go. No on pass it through you. When na Kabu ni ho. They also say me as a host. Me as a host. For you to even deliver on any document or produce any document and base your analysis or make reference to any document, I'm supposed to know the document you are dealing with. True of course. Bias. A keynote address by Vice President of the Republic of Ghana at the 2012 Consultative Group Annual Meeting on Ghana held on 21st June 2012 at La Palm Royal Adaikesi Conference Hall on Thursday, June 21. And you've printed it, you have it here. This one is Mahama's petition disclosed a reasonable course of action, Supreme Court re-entreat, and also Ghana Web, businessghana.com. Or say illiterate agent, Mahama discloses why NDC lost 2020 election. You printed it. Somalia rejects Mahama appointment as AU envoy, and also you printed it. We source African Business author, africanbusiness.com. Ghana President Mahama turned to power. President Mahama turned to the power of prayer, and also so you printed it. Some scandals, NDC Mahama superintendent over whilst in government. You printed it. NPP list uncompleted hospital project of John Mahama completed by President Kafui. You printed it. It's a statement read by Honorable John Abulai Jinapo on recent fuel hikes under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia-led government. And so you printed the book. And we will say boss has reduced trade liabilities from $624 million to $39 million. MD.
I have this video, so
you have all this. Yeah. You have all this document and all the Bible. But Kafui.
And I'm saying we mean to print.
So my simple question is why
30 seconds?
Why all this document? How does it go to do with the topic? Because we are discussing LGBT, MPs omoko UK omaba, and finance minister obey accounting. So why all this document?
Sammy, I have always come to your studio. Fair discussions with what we as a party want to communicate to viewers who have taken their time at this time, 10 11 so much, especially when I meet with Kabu. But when you sent me my flyer, and then I knew who was my co-panelist, then I knew the person I was going to meet.
So you brought it because of Amaliba?
Sammy, it's because when he was making his submissions, he had made several errors in his statements. But you see, and nothing he say Ghana for Ekai. Because if I sit here for him to make all those comments and pass it under the water, because I know his trajectory. Minimum kwanya odene nsemu nyina afa so. Minimum send your own opportunity or presenting. And Sammy, it is not me alone. You remember?
So you brought it because of
sure,
him.
you know, you see, sometimes we give respect to your viewers. But you know, in one critical case, when you even pay me a mama, it is all because I know his character. And in situation
so
where
you are not cool with each other.
It is we are cool.
But you see, you should understand why we are all here. We are all here to defend Ghana.
Sammy, yes, but you see, your defense must be what you know against somebody thinks what you know is wrong. When I meet any other NDC communicators, you flow, you're communicating, because me point he counters it.
But you are good friends.
Oh yes, but where insult becomes the order of the day, because Sammy he's made several statements. Number one liar is President Akufo-Addo. Nana Bedi de keke. Nana Akufo-Addo is visionless. Nana means Sammy means someone mekai. Any name someone or kan Osine di andi atemdidi anymore. Do you understand? If we want to go on that trajectory, and someone the about to ono, but you see, I want to stick now with what as you've asked me to the topic for us to discuss, so we don't.
I pass my mama who baby I did it is good. Say yes, call this one. But my phone who say before the show, before my bedtime, they were confessing here, and whatever happens, it happens here, and it ends here. Then let's move on now. Kafui,
Sammy.
Yeah, we are in Mr. Parliament, so major to man, so many to bill, you much as some consultation, I'm more teaching for petition media, but only for us to be told, say, a UK Parliament, I invited a parliamentary select committee on a parliamentary affair and legal and constitutional affair. Moment to me, in the first place, how do you see that invitation? Do you think it's honor of Ghana, and I say somehow compromising the meaning our parliamentarian?
But you see. A brobia kwashare food trimua. I just want to take just 1 minute of my time to just take it out. When you say COVID mreno, emra we buy the government for Eddie Scafa MBSSI. Amotemon as cap business support. Say yen chema omo enuma businesses ni nyina na omunuma emu aye mreno omo mfesika ni nhim eno nso ya ban echefa or de bu enuma ema MBSSI chesika nyina ema ne koye omo ye no online, and most businesses receive those monies. So I mean, apart from that, there were people in the constituencies that also through the assembly in many ways, they were also tasked to ensure that sa contact tracing you share for frono e kwan ya be faso a be tumi identify nkrofo na ya tumi de omaba na ya check your health status and certain other works that need to be done to ensure that COVID insensem ebeba form. So me one thing na amaliba kan ya me pese tie for so me or say Ghana che 1 trillion Ghana cedis e dia ma party for so me e ye kohwisem e ye na brabasem. Bisane say 1 trillion, you can't want to go to me actually. Sammy, Sika Ghana nya saying. And you tell me you're spending 1 trillion at my party for. You see, sometimes so oh dear could be someone. Let's be fair to Ghanaians. Sammy, you can put all bisano no, all bano. One trying the figures no. Now I didn't know that he couldn't even put his math together. To say if his figures were going right, you don't come back to tell me that Sika winya 1 trillion. Obisane say a old currency and now Ghana's what's a Ghana city? Sammy, that is what I want to bring to viewers. Sammy, my men call me LGBT and something so, and I have my own personal stance. Sammy, I don't agree to LGBT one bit. That is why when our party national chairman made that statement, I was against him.
Very brave.
Sammy, I see him as somebody who is speaking for his own. And I don't get where he's coming from. Because of late in the comments, I hear me say, Ofri baby no be kan Haruna fe de wadi de na wie na o kan nsem no to gu wiem.
Simon.
Oh, that will not Sammy, and I will not miss words. Because you see, a leader does not speak the way he spoke. To tell me that is their right. It is Sammy, I asked the mommy, you know, can he allow them to become gays?
Any comment in there?
So then he should tell me, say, yeah, the man who practice gayism. It is because of supporting the man who fearing to know. And so Beckham about to say, is that what is happening in his house? If that is what is happening in his house, he should tell Ghanaians that even in my family, they are practicing it and it's their private life. And you know, I don't because I catch them say won't be go be there won't correct the ekoswa. Same obeti fie na odin senfo catch them say odin senfo. You don't go to public and as I can no. Sanka wa kwa election sanka ba ko kura nko onya. Me na me catch now with this statement. Sammy, you see, you should be able to let Ghanaians understand.
It means MPP intolerate this kind of comment to cry.
That is rubbish.
So why are you waiting? I'm pass law.
You see,
for more than a year.
The law in Parliament after select committee on that bill, no, there's some debate preliminary of Parliament for it to be worked on. Select committee, MPP in for God's sake, let's make it clear. And you know, Parliament
but chairman no supervise directly the is MPP.
Parliament is sharply divided. Whether the chairman is MPP or NDC, even in the select committee, I don't think there is an overriding majority. No. It is you had to come like the way when where your friend is saying, we're sorry, George
Sam
George, sorry, he was against the situation. Minority leader support you. Sammy, it is coming up. And for me, I'm extremely against UK. I'm going to invite you to bra. Or no a plane ticket. Or no hotel cost. I don't know what to discuss. So even if they go and discuss anything, and they think that it works, say, because I don't understand and I don't see myself say, Samema come constituency. Na menya delegates ane constituency for mo ba be sra no ofie na be ba be catch am say me ye turumutu, excuse my language, etima misika nkoto aduane ni. What kind of nonsense is that?
Okay.
Sami, and it doesn't matter what amount of money Ghana will gain.
Would you call for sanction against your national chairman for making those statements?
Sami, even sanction no crown walk by July now walk. So no way alien we be sum into
since when I'm who say alien.
You see, we accept everybody to come in the party. We all know that Fred Bray is coming from CPP. But we accept everybody to come into the party. But Sami, we share the comments of later. The comment of late ain't yet reconciliatory. The comment of late, ayo obi ase asama brone so and okani nsem tuntum. Say if you look at one of his interview here with Joy FM, and you can recall her when he said, say, Kafui did he? Sammy, those statements, I did not support that statement. Sammy, it was not for him alone. It's for the Ghanaian populace.
Okay.
That Sammy, we admit that there is a challenge. And if you admit there is a challenge, and even you need to do certain things, let Ghanaians understand the essence why you think it's important to do this at this material moment in time.
Point. Kingsley, 5 minutes.
First of all, Amegah say my back platform so me share now. I don't care whether he feels comfortable or not. But I'm not here to speak for him.
We are member, and we should let
go.
Let's go.
He was casting aspersions on me.
Listen.
Okay, he was casting aspersions on me.
I understand you. Let's move on.
Let me state this.
Okay.
Calculations na me here, it based on my menan kasana numu asema babekai. She was given 50,000 cedis as a PC and 50,000 cedis as a member of parliament, as a first vice chair, right? And she went on to say or to state amount of money some more demo yes, and I ended up by saying that 1 trillion cedis, which is over 100 million Ghana cedis. What is wrong with that? I am not going to dwell further.
Over 100 million.
Okay, I'm not going to dwell further on this.
1 trillion Ghana cedis. It's not 100 million. It's not 100 million Ghana cedis.
You have your platform.
You see?
You see, if you look at currently the debate echoes now.
Our parliament.
Our parliament now. Sometimes people try to dwell on section 105 of the offences. That's the Criminal and Other Offences Act of 1960, Act 29. No one can say there are laws in Ghana that binds homosexuality. So I mean, for the avoidance of doubt, and with your kind permission, let me read section 102. They will say, whoever has carnal knowledge or has unnatural carnal knowledge of any idiot or imbecile or a mental patient in or under the care of a mental hospital, whether with or without his or her consent, in circumstances which proved that the accused knew at the time of the commission of the offense that the person had a mental incapacity, commit an offense, and shall be liable on summary conviction to imprisonment for a term of not less than 5 or more than 25 years. So now, the provision of this law now, a kasafa, a specific people, an imbecile, an idiot, and mentally incapacitated patient. This category of people are not homosexuals. You get it? Homosexuals are two consented adults who have agreed to hide and do something that is not acceptable by society, where your customs and traditions frowns upon. But Samuni, I just want to state 5 points briefly under this. We are here because Omampeni Akufo-Addo went to Al Jazeera. No koye an interview. No kache you are seeing us say yempo Ghana ha ebe adwuma. Because your mounting pressure biya. Your mounting pressure you be jetum. Or making that statement new a paved the way. Luxembourg Prime Minister or a gay Prime Minister. Nigeria beba on the Bakruma. Mampeni Akufo-Addo hosted them and honored them with the state banquet. And so what? And Crawford could be on office in the full glare of the state agencies and the leadership of the country. They did nothing. They won't closing down. If you run the close in your more. Yati. So more build offices in different parts of the country. Abina to deba no ya found. Yawaha no could be or come out on billboard. It was Joe Highway, no so N1 Highway. And deba na bana ya found. Shut down. Do you get it? And I win. It has been alleged. Say private jet of Mampeni Akufo-Addo rented to Kwano. It is owned by a gay activist in UK. It
is alleged.
It is alleged. And don't forget, there is a guy by name Boy George. Boy George, a gay singer in UK. Watina public TV so a composed love song for Mampeni Akufo-Addo. Gay near a board don't know the Amagana Mampeni. And yes of him. Huh? And yes of him. Mampeni Akufo-Addo kuya the time. And also will see a sword that Amayankopon. I saw then Okwako City number 1, a enthrone of their shots here. Number 2, also the personal boss. Number 3, David Ajay. Mampeni Akufo-Addo Ajay. Oh, try to free. The office, and the command procurement said, a man single source. Name first contract number David Ajay no or a gay activist.
No.
So he hold on. He's a gay activist.
Hold on.
He support gays.
Hold on. Okay, what's a gay
activist? Yes, or a gay.
Okay.
Or a gay activist.
Understand.
Okay.
Okay. Mami can message na fe yebrana so. Ema awefo so de emblem. We so de ode aba we say may Allah bless NDC representative. We always pray for you from Abdullah. We say hey Kafui. In fact, this man you are just making enemies in the MPP. I still see you as a good person, but because of where you have put yourself, you can't say the truth nor answer simple questions. Come on, man. We say MPP are the most wicked party in Ghana because they have no sympathy for Ghanaians. We say good evening to you, Mr. Host. This government and his ministers are not fit for the job. That's it. time with me trying to short. We say good evening. My name is Jeremiah Kwesi Obo, call from a year Capital Hill. Since 1992 to 2022, I have never seen a president who lie apart from a Kafui. We say good evening, Hunter. Kafui was on point on the issue about accountability and failure of the useless minister, finance minister. You can't call your minister who trying to call useless. We're useless and can't try to call. Ayenya Faisa Motaru and a day we a free Trobo constituency. Hadi Pig Farm or say the MPP party is well known as a tradition of a notorious nation wreckers who only goes into politics to plunder public fund to enrich themselves. We say good evening, Sami. Is Kafui a Ghanaian? Sometimes I hate to see him at all. I see he's full of hypocrisy. We see the UK government is giving military aid of about $900 million and to Ukraine government. We in Ghana can't even give 5 kg rice to the people of Somalia. What's the more of him taxi driver from Yegomwa or they say Mr. Amegah shouldn't compare US to Ghana because we have everything. We see the day about say it seems like MPP government has special school because their lives are equal. We see Aputo MPP never again from Ufa Ata Bantama Kumase. We see good evening. General NPP play the biggest role when it comes to lies. Don't be surprised. Ken Ofuriata will come tomorrow lying to Ghanaians. Emmanuel from Spintex. Message is in Abba.
John Mahama na was one katumutumu nkedi because and the Solomon finance speak out talk.
John Mahama
okay.
John Mahama okay. Say John Mahama person say by.
I don't know kind statement. And make us say and the Solomon obi animu.
They say
Trumu activists. Yan can you na kofo.
John Mahama okay.
Sound me say speak out Mahama and the Solomon. And Solomon,
we don't have any proof.
Does he have any proof to that?
We don't have any proof.
What's your proof? You see.
I
know the Academy is the same.
Comprehensive sexuality education.
One thing you should understand is, one thing you should understand is, this is a national television.
So sure.
Yes. So
but evidence
Neba. Adebia yebe alleged. We should be able to have proof.
That is what I'm telling you.
Evidence.
And only proof say publication, right?
Evidence in there.
Only proof from a source that you can't even name. Also, be no man.
Evidence near there.
Sammy read it.